Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Deanne Castro, Creative Memories Advisor in Bakersfield, California, and I want to show you a little bit of a twist today on a border maker cartridge that we have. It's called Heartbeat Chain, and I just made a quick border to show you kind of what it was originally made for. But now I have a different twist on it, which of course you guys know that I kind of tend to do that. So let's go to the desktop and I will show you. Okay, this is it. So this is the Border Maker cartridge, and I think it is so cute. It is called the Heartbeat Chain Border Maker cartridge. And I wanted to do something a little different today because this is what it was designed for. And I actually am going to use this border. My granddaughter was in the hospital over Christmas with asthma related stuff. And so I thought this paper was kind of perfect for that. It's got Band-Aids and stethoscopes and all kinds of great kind of nursing type paper with stickers and embellishments to go with it. So I'm planning on using that. But I wanted to do something a little different. So this was a quick, simple little border that I did. I punched out the border once, then I punched it a second time with a light peach color. And then this paper is the Band-Aids, and the paper on the bottom is like the heartbeat type thing. So, but I have something different to show you. So what do you think about this one? Okay, a little different. It's still the heart, but I twisted the ends up and just added a little bit of something different to the border and came up with this. So this was actually made with Positive Vibes and the Totally Tonal Red paper pack. So I kind of mixed it there. This one was done completely with the Positive Vibes paper pack. I just thought it was so pretty. I love all of the colors. There's floral, there's other things that go with it, but these are some of my favorite colors. So I just wanted to make it completely like that. Then this one was done with the Happy Together paper pack. Now, this one didn't come out as good as I had hoped. This light pink is kind of hard to see on this particular paper. So maybe I should have switched these, but that's kind of the trial and error that I do when I'm making borders, is I just kind of play with the paper and try to get it to where the contrast works really well. This one didn't work as well, but I still kind of like the way it came out. So we are going to make, I think, this one. No, we're not. I think we're going to make this one. Couldn't remember which paper I brought with me. So I did use kind of a combination. This red that I'm going to use is out of the Totally Tonal Reds paper pack. And then on the back, it had these little red dots. And you need, for the first one, for the hearts, you need to choose a paper that you like both sides of, the top and the bottom sides, because you're going to kind of fold it and flip it over. Okay, so that's this one. Then I did go back to the Positive Vibes paper pack, and here's the paper. So it's got some really gorgeous colors in it. It was on a While Supplies Last basis. So if you really like this, get a hold of your advisor. She will probably be happy to get it for you. And if you don't have an advisor, you can go ahead and check out my website, check out the While Supplies Last section, and get it from there. But like I said, go ahead and get it from your advisor first. So that's the rest of the papers that I used. Is this kind of a multicolor striped, a dark It looks almost brown, but I think it's a purple. And then this light blue. Okay, so these are the colors I'm going to use on this border. Excuse me. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take the border maker cartridge and put it in the cartridge that holds it in there. And then you want the paper holder. Pull the tray up, just flip it up from underneath and put the paper in here. Now, I want to show you kind of a difference on how I originally did these. This was the first one I did. And when I punched it with this side up, which when I cut the pieces out, made this little tail a little bit longer. When I punched this out, I punched it out with this blue on the top. And for some reason, the way I cut them apart made this tail a little bit shorter. So kind of play with it. If you want the tail shorter or longer, it doesn't really matter. It just means that the tail will come up, not just kind of like right up onto the edge, depending on which side you use first. This one brought it over the edge a little more. So this is, I'm going to use this side first, and then you'll be able to see the difference. Let me take that off there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put the paper in, line it all the way up against this edge right here. Push this down, then fold that back underneath. Now this punch does tend to be a little finicky, so I want to make sure that you are very careful with it. Okay, make sure you pull it out gently, push it back in, punch it, pull it out gently, because I ripped one of them because it got stuck in there. A couple others got stuck, and I was able to get it out, but it was kind of a pain. So just be really careful when you're punching it. Okay, so I have this side. I also have this little 1/8 of an inch piece. I'm going to keep this because I'm going to use it. Okay, so I'm going to do this one more time because you need 2 of them. Okay. And I'm going to gently punch it again, pull it out in between. Some of them cut really smoothly and you can just slide it all the way down. I found this one wasn't quite happy doing that. So I had to be a little more gentle with it. Get those out of the way. And I'm done with that. Now, we are going to take these, and when I turned it to this side, we're not going to use this heart. If I left it on this side and cut here, it gives us this full piece, but this piece just a little short. And then you just continue to cut them off. But since I wanted a little bit longer to go over that little piece here on the top on this one, I'm going to start on this side. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut like this. Now I can save this heart for something else if I want, but it's not going to go for this particular border. So this is the piece that I'm going to want. You get a little bit of a tip on there, just trim it off. And go ahead and just cut them all out. And we will use most of these to make this border because we're going to kind of put one on top of the other and then fold each of the edges up. Okay. And we don't need this leftover piece. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Aren't going to use that particular piece. And then finish cutting the rest of these out. Okay. The next, and then I'm going to move these off to the side. The next thing I'm going to do is cut this middle piece. Okay. This is a 1-inch piece. So it's not very much. And I'm going to cut on the left side. It's just easier having the shorter side on the left on this trimmer when we're not using very much. Okay, so there's the 1-inch piece. The next piece, I'm going to cut at, let's see, what is that? 1 and it's going to be 2 1/4. So it's going to be 2 1/4 inches for this piece. Okay, and then this piece, the blue on this one, this is 2 3/4. It gives it a bigger reveal on the end. I tend to not really like that most of the time. But for this particular border, I do like it. But here's the difference. This is a 2.5-inch piece on the bottom. So it only gives it a little bit of a mat behind it. And I like this, but because this is so wide with nothing on it, I want to make the bottom piece a little bit wider. So this is 2 3/4 inch. I'm going to cut this last piece at 2 3/4. Okay, now I also tend to not really keep track of the sizing on these things because I can usually just eyeball it. Um, but for this particular border, I kind of want to center, make sure everything's centered so it looks even. Mostly for the hearts and this little thin piece going across. Okay, but I'm going to center this one on here and push that all the way up. Okay, then I'm going to take this piece, this little 1/8 of an inch piece. I'm going to put some adhesive on it. Oops, sorry about that. Using repositionable tape because it's a whole lot easier to get on little pieces of paper. Now I am going to measure where this is. This is going to be a 1/2 of an inch down. Okay, and it's just easier to use my mat as a ruler. So this one is a 1/2 of an inch. I'm going to trim the edge. The next one is down at 3 inches. So this is 1, 2, 3 inches. So it goes down here. Okay, I'm going to trim it off. The next is going to be at 5.5 inches, 3, 4, 5.5. The next one's going to be at 8. So this is 5.5, 6.5, 7, 8. And then you have enough to do the very last one, which is at 10.5. So it's down here. Okay, so that full 12-inch piece gives you enough to do all of these different little lines on here. Now, we're going to take the hearts, and I'm going to take this one, and kind of in the middle here, I'm just going to fold it up. And it's going to put this little piece right behind the heart. And then I'm going to eyeball it and just kind of see that it goes kind of straight up from the heart right there. Okay, see that right there? All I did was just kind of fold it right in the middle. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. I'm going to turn this one over. Oops, there we go. And then I'm just going to put it together. Kind of make sure that it's going straight across. And then the very little end tips of the hearts right there are just kind of even right next to each other. Now I'm going to take this and right in here, right in this part right here, I'm just going to fold it up and do the same thing I did to the other side. And do my best to get it straight. Okay, so see how I'm just trying to get it straight. It can be off a little bit, but then you can adjust it once you get it on here, okay? So we're going to do this 5 times. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to twist it up and fold it. Put the adhesive on the back of just half of the heart. Take the next piece, line it up. Trying to make sure everything's going straight across. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, then right here, I'm just folding it up. Trying to make it so that the little lines, kind of like a goal, little goalposts are straight. Okay. There's number 2. Doing number 3, just take this piece, fold it up, pull it up like this, press it down, adhesive on the back, turn this one over, trying to get those tips even and straight across. Take this one and just twist it, fold it up, and we're getting close to being done. So this is number 2. I'm sorry, this is 2 to the end. This is actually number 4. Turn it over, line it up, twist, fold, pinch down both sides to get it straight. And the last one. Just take this piece, twist it up, and fold it. And the last one, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. Line up those little tips on the bottom. And twist this one up. Okay, and we've got them all done. Okay, so now we're going to put adhesive on the back. A little bit there, a little bit there. And then we're going to put these ends, okay, this little end right here, we're going to put it, and I'm going to line it up, but we're going to put it about a half of an inch down, kind of like this, okay, to where this is going to go over a little bit, but these are going to align a half an inch down from that piece. Okay, so there's a half inch here. And this needs to be straight. Okay, straight. And this one we'll put straight and put it. Come on, guys, work with me. That one's up too high. We just need to get it straight across, like that. Push this out a little bit. Okay, so let me lift the mat up so you can see where that is. Okay, so we have this little line at a half inch down. This is down on an inch. And see how it just goes across? And then those little post things go up over the top, right? So that's what we're going to do with all of these. And now that we have these measurements on here, it'll be easier to line these up. Okay, and get the tips about right here. Get this going straight. Get this one going straight. And we got it down. Okay, next one. Half an inch down. Okay, and this one's not very straight, so we'll straighten this up a little bit. What do you guys think? Let me know if you like it, or let me know how you might want to modify it yourself. But I just thought this was just a really cute idea to kind of make the heart punch a little more versatile instead of just thinking it's for heart monitors. You know what I mean? Because not everybody has ended up in the hospital, and you may not think that this is a punch that you would use. So I just want to give you just a different perspective using something that's still really cute and more versatile than you might think it is. Okay, now we're done with that, and we're going to put the adhesive on the back of this. This is a really brightly colored piece of paper. Look how pretty this is on the back. Isn't that pretty? Lots of really nice colors in that. Okay, now we're going to put this on the base, and I am just going to eyeball this and get it centered. And you're done. Okay, so we've got these different ideas. And the other one, I think it landed on the floor. But then also the very beginning one, you could see you could use it horizontal or vertical. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, I found it. So see how this one will go horizontal if you want. And then you've got the other ones that will go vertical, and it just gives you a little bit of a different variation for the same punch. Okay, so until next week, I'll see you then and hope you have a great week. And I will talk to you guys next time. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.